Hi there. Thanks for joining us for Together. I'm Karen Leigh. Well, I hope you're ready to enjoy some good news for a change. For the next half hour, we're going to tell you about some incredible people doing amazing things. They're coming together for Colorado to make our state an even better place to live. They include kids, veterans, and even local businesses. So sit back and relax and soak it all in as we share the stories of your neighbors and friends. A family in Castle Rock had their lives change in an instant. A car crash paralyzed their son from the waist down, so getting around the house in a wheelchair became a real challenge for 9-year-old Jace. But thanks to generous support from the community, he finally has a place that feels like home.
On December 15th, 2017, Jace Garcia's life changed.
I didn't remember any of it.
Paralyzed from the waist down, Jace had to overcome all kinds of challenges, even at home.
He wasn't able to access the bathroom at all. The doors weren't wide enough.
But that's not the case anymore.
I just wanted to say thank you for all the work you did, and I really appreciate it.
The work the community did to make Jace's life a little easier. That's next on Together.
Well, this football season, when you cheer on the CU Buffs, you'll also be supporting talented little artists. That's because their work is going to be featured on tickets for home games. Our Sean Chitness got a chance to speak to one of the kids behind the art.
Mariah Watts-Brooks has been drawing since she was in first grade.
I prefer pencil because it's easier to use and more structure.
A recent trip to the hospital left her scared, but then something amazing happened.
I drew it because it just made me happy, and I like drawings.
She drew a picture that won a statewide contest.
Now I know that my drawing's good enough to win.
The difference this artwork is making in Mariah's life. That's coming up on Together.
Well, it has been 6 years since Staff Sergeant Chris Birdwell was killed in action in Afghanistan, and not a day goes by that his family doesn't think of him. To honor his memory, they have created a community fundraiser, and as Dylan Thomas explains, it's raising money to help our veterans.
Through volleyball, food, and giveaways, the Birdwell family is giving back.
It's just bringing everyone together.
This fundraiser is all in honor of their son.
We want to remember Chris. I think he'd love it.
Money raised will pay for wounded veterans to go on a weekend expedition. How that is expected to change their lives later on Together.
Well, the Colorado creator of a popular cell phone accessory is coming together for people who struggle with mobility. David Barnett is raising money for organizations that support people with arthritis, Parkinson's disease, and ALS. Kathy Walsh and photojournalist Bob Burke show us how his invention is truly changing lives.
From sports to skulls to Sagittarius, there are 1,000 different cell phone grips called pop sockets. The idea started in Boulder with buttons.
The buttons were bigger than the phone.
Then CU professor David Barnett was trying to keep his earbud cord from tangling. He glued the buttons to his iPhone.
And then wrapped my headset around like this.
Barnett expanded the idea. 4 years and 60 prototypes later, adults were skeptical.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Not according to kids. This year, the company expects to sell 60 million pop sockets. And Barnett has been hearing from a special group of people.
From people with arthritis, somebody in Denver with ALS.
The grips make for easy, one-handed holding, independence.
The pop socket itself makes a big impact on their lives.
Now, Pop Sockets is giving a percentage of sales to nonprofits that support people with mobility issues. Coincidentally, Barnett's grandfather helped found the ALS Association. The Barnett family has contributed over $11 million to ALS.
We hope to grow to be a billion-dollar business here.
And use that momentum to launch Poptivism, giving more charities a chance to earn money from this Colorado-grown gadget.
What a great idea. Now, from April through June, Craig Hospital benefited from online sales of pop sockets. Through the end of September, purchases will support the ALS Association. A special celebration in Castle Rock for a young boy who survived a devastating crash. Since leaving the hospital, he has been adjusting to his wheelchair, and it hasn't been easy. But thanks to a supportive community, his place finally feels like home. Karen Morfitt and photojournalist Robert Gadecki were there as 9-year-old Jace Garcia was treated to quite the surprise.
I knew the party was coming.
Like most 9-year-olds, when it comes to surprises, Jace Garcia thought he had it all figured out until it was time for that surprise.
I did not see that coming.
Those emergency vehicles pulled up right in front of Jace's house. Out came a pair of Star Wars villains and a group of real-life superheroes.
They're really brave and generous. If it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have had this party or anything.
Last December, Jace and his older sister were involved in a terrible accident.
Pretty heavy damage to the vehicles.
Lieutenant Jay Allen and paramedic Joe Lowry, along with the rest of their crew from Castle Rock Station 153, responded.
Everybody that was there, the initial crew that was there, we all have kids roughly around that age. So some a little younger, some a little older, but as a parent, everything changes.
Jace suffered a severe spinal injury and was left paralyzed from the waist down. Life, as the family knew it, would change.
Getting in and out of the car, having the wheelchair close enough that he can get it at any moment because those are his legs.
Their community stepped in to make it all a little less scary. From the groups who completely renovated their home, giving Jace his independence back, to those first responders who didn't just save their lives, but never stopped caring.
We're trained to do a job, and we love it, and the bell goes off, and we respond to that call, and we do what we can to help them.
What a beautiful showing of coming together for Colorado. Just fantastic. I love seeing that group picture of all of them together. It just touches your heart.
It really did. Being there was pretty special for us, too, to be a part of it.
Yeah, I bet it was. Karen Morford, of course, covering that story for us. Let's talk a little bit about the renovations. You kind of get a glimpse of the changes that have impacted his life. Let's talk about the bigger impact of all the changes.
Well, we kind of mentioned it there, but we couldn't focus too much on it. Mom said that, from such a young age that Jace was really a independent child. And so when this happened, that kind of robbed him of that independence. And so all of these upgrades, the changes to the house, the door frames were widened, his closet was changed, and so he could reach his clothes on his own. It kind of gave him that independence back, and I think that was the biggest thing for him.
Yeah, lifting up his spirits, right?
Absolutely.
So we know about the renovations. Jace knew about the renovations, but he didn't know about the big surprise. Let's talk about that.
He didn't, but you heard there that he thought he did. Like most kids, I know what's coming, and he thought he knew what was coming. He kind of knew the first responders might be there, but he didn't know that the Star Wars villains were going to be there, and he said he's a bigger fan of the dark side, so that was huge for him. So that was the big surprise for him, but having those first responders there, I think, for the whole family was really the touching moment.
Yeah, and they have a good relationship, don't they?
Amazing. So they actually stayed in touch with them the entire time that he was recovering. They visited him in the hospital, stayed in touch with Mom to see how he was recovering, how he was doing. And so when they did this and they were celebrating all of these changes to the house, they really wanted to make sure that those guys were a part of it. And they showed up and stayed for dinner, and they just really have a good relationship that they want to continue, as long as Jace is willing.
Yeah, it heals their heart too, right?
It absolutely
does.
To be involved. And seeing him and how positive he is, and being around that, I think for them is a morale boost. For me, it was great to see someone with such a positive attitude. So it was really rewarding for everyone, and Jace is just such an inspiration.
Yeah, he sure is. Thanks for sharing him with us, Karen. We appreciate it. Well, coming together for kids battling life-threatening illnesses, patients at Children's Hospital in Aurora now have some bright new outfits. These starlight gowns are meant to brighten the kids' days. They're bolder, much more cheerful than those typical blue hospital gowns. Now, this design was selected as a winner from a pool of more than 16,000 options. Hopefully, the kids will feel a little brighter wearing these gowns. Well, we all know being in the hospital is tough, especially for high-energy kids. So many of them turn to art to deal with the stress of their treatments. That was the case for 5th grader Mariah Watts Brooks. And now her work of art will be featured on the CU Buffs football ticket this season. Sean Chitness introduces us to the talented little artist.
In just minutes, 9-year-old Mariah Watts Brooks can see something on a screen and then recreate it with just a pen.
Most of the time when I'm by myself and I just look at stuff and then draw it.
The future fifth grader has always shown an interest in people and pictures, and her mother says it started in the first grade.
She would just look at something and draw it, but it was spectacular.
At such a young age, she has already found the medium she prefers now to make future masterpieces.
I prefer pencil because it's easier to use and more structure.
Recently, while she was sick and had to go to the hospital, she entered a contest. Design a ticket for CU's home football games. Many were of the school's mascot, Ralphie, including Mariah's.
Now I know that my dog's good enough to win.
But beyond validating her talent, it was the ticket to getting her healthy and back to being a kid again.
Took my girl out of a dark spot into the light.
An artist in the making, she's already sketched out some of the secrets to her craft.
A tip that I would give them is to zone out and pretend like no one's there and just focus and concentrate so it's like no one's there.
Oh, I love it. Mariah's work will be featured on the tickets to the Buffs home opener September 15th. She's one of 6 kids whose artwork will be featured on tickets this season. And you might want to hold on to Mariah's ticket because it might be worth something one day. Well, it calls for applause at Rocky Mountain National Park. The beautiful setting was the perfect place for this ceremony. The incredible achievement they are all celebrating. Say hello to Colorado's newest U.S. citizens. 74 people took the oath of allegiance this week during a beautiful ceremony at Rocky Mountain National Park. Together, this group represents 36 different countries, including Armenia, Congo, and Nepal. Well, Lauren Whitney joins us now, and we always like looking at the great outdoors of Colorado. What a beautiful place to do that, to become a new citizen. I can't imagine a better place, right?
Exactly. What a great view they had. And summer is winding down, and we are looking at the dog days of summer now. But some people did get to go out and enjoy some more fun activities before the kids went back to school. So Jim Cagle took this picture of his family at Piney Lake. You can see the kids are probably like, Dad, thanks for making us take this picture. But
that is beautiful.
Look at the backdrop there.
That is incredible.
I need to go to Piney Lake. I've never been, but that is gorgeous. And I love this picture. This is from Larry Dean Brink. He took this of his mom fishing at Steamboat Lake, and she looks like she's just having the perfect day.
That is so peaceful and quiet, and look how smooth that water is.
Oh, yeah, perfect fishing conditions. And Hans Peak is in the background there. And I love this one. This is from Mike Witters. He sent me this picture looking like a tough guy there on Berthoud Pass. He said it was perfect motorcycle conditions up there, and looks like he was having a great time, too.
We could just sit here and look at these pictures all day long. They're so gorgeous.
I know. I had so many sent to me. It was hard to pick these 3, but those were my favorites so far this week.
Oh, Lauren, thanks for sharing them. We appreciate it. Well, starting next Friday on Together, we're going to do something a little different. We want you to tell us about the good that's happening in your life. So send us a photo that makes you smile. Use the hashtag #4Colorado on social media, and we will be sure to share your positive notes all throughout all of our Friday newscasts, as well as right here on Together. A special salute from the Denver Broncos to our military. Active service members spent a day off base and went to Broncos headquarters. How the team is coming together to make our military feel appreciated. This week on our Together for Colorado calendar, on Monday, take part in the Team Summit Golf Tournament, and you'll help raise money for scholarships. The event takes place at the Arrowhead Golf Club in Littleton. On Tuesday, enjoy a night of music at the Nocturne Jazz Club. Proceeds from the Pink Tie Mega Mixer will help children with life-threatening medical conditions. Then on Saturday, it is the Brews and Views Beer Festival. The event at Hudson Gardens benefits the Humane Society of the South Platte Valley. All kinds of fun ways to make a difference. To learn more about these and other events, just visit the Together for Colorado page of CBSDenver.com. The Denver Broncos and USAA are coming together for our military. This week, the team hosted a special boot camp for active military members. 55 service members gathered at Broncos headquarters for this event. They got a chance to train and interact with the players. Former wide receiver Rod Smith was out there leading the training. Soldiers say it was nerve-wracking at first, but it is an experience that they will not soon forget.
Once getting in here, though, and feeling the warmness and the great spirit that everybody has in here for the military, definitely lightened that mood.
Now, following this boot camp, the service members got the chance to watch the Broncos in action at training camp. A Colorado veteran's ultimate sacrifice is making a big impact on local military families. 6 years after Army Sergeant Chris Birdwell was killed in the line of duty, the community is coming together to remember him. Dylan Thomas shows us how a fundraiser in his honor will help our veterans.
Nearly 6 years after he was killed in Afghanistan.
Grief is tough on everyone.
Family and friends of Sergeant Chris Birdwell choose to trade their tears for memories through the annual Christopher Birdwell Memorial Fundraiser.
It's just bringing everyone together, us getting to know one another, and then building that community together, all for a great cause.
Thanks to donations from several northern Colorado businesses.
We want to remember Chris. We want to honor him.
Jim and Pam Birdwell are able to sell tickets to the fundraiser, featuring everything he enjoyed.
I think he'd love it. He'd be right in the thick of it all.
Probably the life of the party, always smiling, laughing.
The Birdwells say Chris loved events that brought people together.
Chris loved the holidays.
Nice.
And now his fundraiser serves as a day of celebration on its own.
He'd be out there on the water trampoline doing flips and showing off and just having a great time.
The proceeds from the fundraiser will go straight to Hero Expeditions.
They bring veterans together, wounded veterans.
An organization which takes veterans on a weekend hunt in northern Colorado as a form of bonding and healing through nature, all in memory of Chris Birdwell.
I think he'd probably be speechless, and I think this is a way that we get to celebrate and also not forget people that are actually still serving.
No doubt he would be very proud of that. Well, all of the money raised at the fundraiser will go to that goose hunt expedition, which will happen in January. For more information on how you or a veteran you know can apply, just visit the all-expense-paid trip at CBSDenver.com. Coming together to put smiles on kids' faces, a group of bikers went above and beyond to support children at Denver Health. Their generous donation next on Together. You can catch the latest episodes of Together as well as your favorite Together for Colorado stories anytime at CBSDenver.com. Well, coming together for Colorado doesn't take much, but it can truly make a huge impact in someone's life. Take this, for instance. Kids at Denver Health have big smiles thanks to a generous donation of stuffed animals. A group of motorcycle riders raised $4,000 to buy these toys. Denver Health says giving these kiddos something to snuggle up with makes more of a difference than you might imagine. Well, I want to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in every week. And I want to take a moment to share some of the amazing feedback that I've received from you. Cindy G. sent me this note. She says, "Thank you so much for your Together program. Watched it for the first time July 6th. Very good. Keep going forward and being brave in this presentation format." Well, I want to hear from you, so send an email at togetherforcolorado@cbsdenver.com. You can also just email me directly. Thank you for joining us on Together. We'll see you here again next week with even more powerful stories of how people are coming together for Colorado. Until then, we leave you with the sounds of the Colorado Classic. The bike race sped through Vail last week, and our photojournalist John Mason was there to catch all the fun.
Get a good look at these guys. This will be the last time you see these guys all together today.